Hello, everybody. I'm trying to cut down the, can't hear myself think. Epidemic sound instrumental. Yeah. There I am. Good morning, America. Good morning, world. Well, I'm sipping some tea today. That is infused with, well, it's not infused. Where am I? There we go. I'm just trying to get the sound levels proper. There, this is a big surprise for me, anyway. I have, let's see if I have an image of it. I'm sure I do. There it is. Okay. Would you please swap cameras, for Pete's sake? I'm supposed to be on the other side. Just right up middle. There we go. There's Jimmy, just right in middle. This stuff right here. I don't know if you heard about it. Manuka honey from New Zealand, as you can see. This is what the container looks like. It's got one of these caps. So you keep it upside down, and then you can see the label. You know, like, I don't know, can we see that? Anyway, you get the, there it is right there. New Zealand Honey Company. It has a very weird flavor. I put it in my hot tea. Well, terrible. But it's supposed to be really good for you, so I'm gonna do terrible for a couple of weeks and see what happens. It's supposed to be really good for your blood sugar and your energy, you know. Your energy. Get away from this thing as fast as you can. Yeah, I mean it's honey from honeybees. It's just got, it's extracting it from some very strange, buds and flowers and the plants of New Zealand. What are the strange plants those honeybees are sucking from? The honeysuckles. It is really strange. Strange indeed. Yeah. I may have to try to add some other ingredients. But yeah, what the heck. For the sake of health and wellness. Yeah. Yuck. I'm going to persevere. I promise not to be a spoiled brat. All right. Marilyn has seemed to have. There you go. Look at those nice colors and things. There we go. Marilyn extracted that image from that picture and put it here for a Merry Christmas, Jimmy. That's pretty good. Here's one of both of us. Merry Christmas. That's pretty good. She separately, she popped us both in here in this Merry Christmas background. It's pretty good. I mean, you can see the way their hair is. Gives a nice high quality stitching. I like it. Of note, this morning it's 10:10 a.m. And 30 seconds. You can see this clock right here. This is the real time. This is right off the network, folks. Yeah, when you're coming off the network, you got it. Yeah. So, okay, so in case you're interested, being the mathlete that I am, this is the, let's see, I need to, there we go. Now you can see it. And we're where the yellow is right now. December 20. This is a date. Somewhere in here I have in my secret envelope back here. In my secret envelope I have a lottery ticket. Yes, I do. December 20. Yep, 1.5 billion. I can afford to win that. Yes, sir. I don't know, when you think about it. Hell, I'll just take the next couple months just figuring out who to give how much money. You can't spend it all, so you have to give it away. Not all of it, but so let's go through the line here. I have an automated thing here, a spreadsheet, as they call it. So tonight's drawing, if one person had the correct number, which is always possible. I don't know what's going on here. The lump sum payout would be $825 million. Roughly, notice the 1, 2, 3. The fourth column says 55%. Yeah, 55% is the rough estimate of the lump sum payout. It's more complicated than that. They go back and they discount the present value and the cash flows and come up with $825 million, rounded, of course. And so what the Fed does, now we're going to assume you're in a state like Florida, Tennessee, Texas, and a few other places where there's no state tax. Some states take a little piece of your winning, not Florida. But the Fed, the United States government, will withhold 24%. See, now, this income is going to get merged into this $825 million is going to get merged into your financial statement for tax purposes. And your tax rate would be at least 24%, the theory being. So now you got the difference between 24% and 37%. You see up in the column on the top. 37% is the maximum tax, based on current tax law. That has nothing to do with President Trump's super duper proposal that goes into effect on January 1, which is not many days away since this is the 20th. You got like 12 days and all of a sudden, boing, it's 2026. Right now we're 2025 with no federal tax, no state tax, but we have a federal tax. So, and when you run up to Tallahassee or wherever you have to go to pick up your check, your lump sum check, that $1.5 billion gets shrunk down to $627 million. Now that's not chump change, but that number right there, $627 million, that's pretty much cash in your checking account. Now they're going to give you a big ass check, and I'm not sure how they pay these big jackpots. I haven't won a big one. I almost won it a couple times. Oh boy, I got a lottery story to tell, but I'd rather tell that one at night after I've had one of my super duper watered down martinis. Anyway, $627 million would mean that you elected the lump sum payout, and they will retain the 24% and send it to the IRS, and you get the net of $627 million. That's not chump change. Then the theory being in this model that you'll end up paying the difference between 24 and 37, which is 13%. And that additional 13% would then get yanked out of that 627. And the net after, so they withhold the 24%, then you do your tax return. And then when you do your tax return, you see if there's any more tax that you owe. Now, the maximum tax is 37%. And surely this is pretty high up in the maximum earnings category. So unless you got a lot of deductions, woo, you're going to end up with $519 million. So you see, that's about another 100 billions. Holy crap. No, that's billions. That's millions, yeah. 627 million and 519 million. That's, 100 million plus, 108 million. So you got to have 100 million in the side pocket. So in case, not that you're going to spend all your money, but you might as well just take the 100 million and put it in a special account so that when you finally do your tax return, you can dig into that account if you need to send more Fed money. But at the worst, your net would not be less than 519,750,000 in round numbers. That's the theory behind this whole little tiny spreadsheet I threw together. So you can see number 1 on the list was Wednesday, Powerball on December 17, 3 days ago. And it was $1,250,000. No one won that one. So it's rolled over Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So you got Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yep. You got 3 full days. And they estimate that the jackpot is going to get up to $1.5 billion. 1,500,000,000. Can you imagine? That's if one player wins. Yeah. Who will it be? Well, you got to buy a ticket if you want a $2 ticket to see. Yeah. That's it right there. 519 million. Just say 500 million for. I don't think I have any rounding. Where's my spreadsheet? Let's go find it. There we go. Just push little button. Look at that, how fast that came up. Woo! All right. Let's go into the equation series here. So, on this one, let's open up the cell. Oops. There we go. Times 0.63. Yeah, so this is a net. So now we're going to put a bracket there. And we're going to put a bracket there. And we're going to say round. Round. Round down. Okay. I'll take round down, right? Yeah, round down. Now we do digits. Let's see, number. Let's see what happens with that. It says, "What the hell are you doing, boy?" No, that didn't work either. I don't know no, I've lost everything up. Let's try to do this another day. So let me get into this cell. Oops. We'll just take this right here, and we're going to do control that, copy, and control that is paste. Yeah, because up here we've got the formulas. Yeah, I got the formulas up there. Right? They're all copied down to this one. So if I louse this row up, I can just copy this across and get back to where I belong. Yeah. So million to the million five. So if no one wins it today, I hate to be pessimistic. And let's say it goes $1.8 billion. Bingo. See how the numbers just fill in automatically. And if no one wins it, there's 2. Look at all those zeros. Is that the right number of zeros? Apparently. 9 zeros. Holy crap. I don't know how to type all those zeros. got to get up pretty big. Oops. For that. Oh, here. So anyway. So if the lottery was, let's take a digit off of this. Let's make it a 2.4. Yeah. You see, if the lottery was 2.4 billion and you were the only winner, then the cash, then the lump sum payout. There we go. Let's just slide that up so we don't get confused with everybody else. Let me turn Epidemic down so I can hear myself think. Which, at 10:25 on Saturday morning, could be a difficult issue. Nah, it's not difficult. Anyway, you can see on my trusty dusty display. You see that right there? Pretty neat, huh? You can see it right on your screen. Whoops, I need to... sorry about that. Need to bring that over there. Now you can see everything. So we're gonna play games, and we're gonna slide up to this one. This is next Wednesdays. Assuming no one wins, and all of a sudden it's going to be the estimated jackpot value as announced by the... Now this is all fiction. So the lump sum payment, if it was 2.4 billion, would be 1,320,000,000, round numbers, about 55% of the jackpot value. So if you withheld 24% out of 1.32 billion, it would be 1,300,200,000. That is one big ass number, and I'm going to have to increase the column width. Yeah, how do we get that? How do we do that? There we go. We go right there. And we just, whoops. Now we want to grab it and move it over. Yeah. And we need to do it at this column right here. We need to go there and widen that a little bit. There we go. These numbers are getting very big. And we'll slide that over a little bit. Yeah, just to so the dollar sign is not jammed up so tight. That's how you do it. That's how you do it, sports fans. You go up there and you just tag that over a little bit. You can do it with your trusty little pen if you got the special little rubber tip on there like I do. I could use that. All right, so we've got the 2,000,000,004 number, right? And yeah, 55% of 2.4 billion is 1.32 billion. And then where's that? I should have a different. We should have another column here somewhere. I think I accidentally deleted a column. Yep, I lost a column. right, I'll fix this another time. What's this now? I have to go to pictures. There we go, yeah. Yeah, I lost the 24, that column disappeared. I don't know why. I just, sometimes your fingers, and I pushed something that made it disappear. I had the estimated net after the 24% withholding. We want to know that because that'd be the actual check you'd walk out with. And if it was $2.5 billion, your check would be $1.046 billion. Now, can you imagine if you walked in to make a deposit with your bank? That would be, hold on, sir. Let me go get the fire department. That would be one huge deposit. Seacoast is what, 25 billion? No. 15 billion, something like that. You walk in there with $1 billion check, they're going to say, holy crap. Our bank just increased in size, by $1 billion. You'd have to, I don't know, you'd have to split that up. Hopefully you can wire, if someone we're lucky enough to win, someone's going to win the damn thing, or maybe a few people. It's a 300 million to 1 shot. So the likelihood of winning is somewhere between slim and none. Yeah, it's probably closer to none than slim. Yeah. Yeah. Wish we mirror, as they say. Because, you couldn't walk into a bank with $1 billion check. You'd have to divide that up into, you probably want 10 checks. Lottery official, do you mind dividing this up into 10 pieces? Give me 10 cashier's checks. So I can go to 10 different banks because $1 billion is too much money. 100 million? What the hell? That's still huge. But it probably wouldn't cause a 2-alarm fire. Walking in with $1 billion check, oh boy. You'd probably have to go into like Bank of America or TD Bank, a large global bank. Otherwise they wouldn't be able to accept a deposit that big. And I'd want it, you got to have instant credit. Forget this, you clear in 6 days. No. This is, I get instant credit for this deposit. I'd have to, you'd have to chat with the lottery officials before you leave. Excuse me, before you lock up, you mind, can you divide this into, how do we do this so that the banks, is there a bank that that'll take this kind of a deposit with instant credit? I'll open up an account. Now, if it's a bank I already have an account in, then we just put it in one of those accounts. Tell me. Help me. I need a little help on what to do with $1 billion. I'd probably call my favorite attorney and say, do you mind meeting me in Tallahassee? You can drive up with us. I think I'd probably drive. I don't know if I'd fly. There's too much going on with the flying and the postponement or cancellation of flights. All right, so I gotta add that column back. We'll figure out how to do that another day. Yeah, what's going on here? Let's read it. Oh, maybe I could. I could just do the backspace here and just continue to back. I don't know what's going on here. Aha! There we go. I just went through. This thing has a backup key up here in the very top. So there you are. I got my column back. Thank you, Lord. I didn't want to have to figure out how to do that. I just figured out how to do it. Just backspace this. Oops. What are you doing? Come on. Why are you disappearing? Let's, there we go. Now you can see all the columns. There's a 24% column, and there's a 37%. So that very rightmost column, it should be yellow. Let's see if I can do that. The cell fill color is color, and it is the second yellow one. And there we have it. There we go. See, got runaway spreadsheet here. Maybe I just keep my hand on this pen. Keep your fingers off of it. There you see it. So, number 2 on the hit parade here, the yellow highlighted row, which is line number 2 on my chart. I got 7 lines on it. Line number 1 was this previous Wednesday. No one won it. It was $1,250,000,000, and there was no jackpot hitter. So the $1.2 billion carries over, and added to it is the ticket sales between now and then, which will add another 250 million. Well, I got my millions and billions squared away here. Yeah. So tonight, if you're lucky enough to win, and you're the only winner, it's $825 million lump sum payout. But you're only going to walk out of there with $627 million, because the IRS requires that they send, that $200 million in tax, that 24% withholding, round numbers, is just, 200 millions. You get from 800 million to 600 million real quick with that 24% withholding. It brings you down to 627. But that's not chump change, right? That's a big number. Yeah, that's a big number. So, what the hey? Now, we were going to try to increase these column widths. Let's try it. There we go. That's where I went, oh yeah, I see. I'll show you in a minute. Let's get on column C here. You see where delete column is? Right up there in red? My finger must have spilled over to that and deleted a column. Silly boy. Yeah. So we have retained all our columns at this point. And we're going to grab this one and slide it over a little bit. Just so in case the numbers keep growing. Crazy, isn't it? Let's come down here and put in there 300 or 3 billion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Did I have the right number of zeros? No. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's it. Can you imagine 9 zeros? That's a lot of numbers on your checkbook. Yeah. So if it got to be 3 billion, and it's on December 31, I just put it in there just for fun. Your after tax would be 8 billion. So the estimated jackpot value, if it was 3 billion, you'd walk out of there with $1,039,000,000. $1,039,000,000. That's what it would be in round numbers. We'll have to figure out how to round. I know you do something, but I'll figure that out at another time so that you aren't dragged through the gutter with me for pitching different numbers in there. You put, I don't know. You have to figure out what the syntax is. That's what that whole conversation was about. The syntax. This all came over. Yeah, so we'll get into these equations and examine the cell and put in the brackets and the rounding and see what. Oopsie. Save me. One more save, please. Okay. There we go. There we are. Anyway, tonight, 1.5 billion, 825 million would be the estimated jackpot. We'll probably hear that on the news tonight. It's roughly 55%. It's up or down 100 million, but it's just, 100 million here, 100 million there. Sooner or later it becomes, it's actually hundreds of thousands. It's plus or minus whatever. But it's roughly 55%. It might be 55.2, but I just put in 55 here as a matter of fact, we should increase. We go here, get your pen so your fat fingers won't loss that up, and we're going to increase the font. And of course, since we increase the font, now we've got to, there's that delete column message. Get away from me. There we go. So now, So now that number is not in microprint. Yeah. There you go. That's I wanted to do that, so I did that, yeah. This column count, let's see what the font is with that. And so 15 point. Over here, we're going to increase this font. So we touch that, we increase that to, let's try 15. Too much. Alright, let's come over here to this thing, yeah. So we can watch the font as we decrease it. 10-point font. Yeah, 10's where we have to be. Okay. Ratio, jackpot to lump sum, yeah. So we can see the jackpot, and you can see the lump sum, and it's roughly, I did some calculations, it was roughly 55.2, but I kept it simple, stupid, and just put 55 in there, so that, I mean, we can put in, let's put in 55.2, let's enter that number, see. Yeah. 629, 820. 629.28. Yeah, so it's a couple million, one way or the other. Couple million here, a couple million there. Sooner or later, it adds up to real money, according to the tax people. Yeah. Anyway, so I was just having fun playing with a spreadsheet. Yeah, getting ready for the new year. Yeah. Anyway, so this is the big deal in my dietary. I'm sipping this tea very slowly for two reasons. Number one, to try to get used to the flavor of this, which is, you'd have to be born and raised in New Zealand to say you like it. It is really weird with tasting. But those honeybees, they do some amazing things. So it's supposed to, give you more energy, clear up your skin, do marvelous things on your blood sugar, and oh my God. And they don't give it away. I mean, it's not $10. It's like $100 for 17 ounces or something. Let's see if I can find the ounces on here. Net weight, 17.6 ounces. 500 grams. 500 gram container. About $100. You can go onto your local Amazon. Yep. You put your thing in there and you can get it in 2 days. I've read it's really miraculous for a number of things. So what the heck? A teaspoon of this every day, louse up the flavor of your tea. I've almost had all the tea. Maybe in a few days you get used to it. I'm gonna go. Woo! Wow, is that terrible? Yeah, we're gonna shut down this spreadsheet. Oh no, you know what you do? Whoops, where'd it go? There we go. What you do to save your tuchus is you touch up here in the green where it has the name of the quarter two, then the table. We're going to duplicate it. There you go. Now we're going to go back here. So now I got two of them. I'll just pull that down a little bit. You can see, so that's pulled down and this one is not. They're identical. And I'm going to touch it a couple times. There we go. Now we can change the name. We're gonna call it version G. G for good. And this is quarter four now. Yeah. And let's not put the quarter in front. 2025. Q4. There we go. So there you go. There's the name of that table, and there's the name of that table. So now if I louse this up, I can always go back to that one. And then duplicate that again. And, if it's too difficult to start over, then I can just go to the other one, this one. So this one becomes kind of like the saved one. Yeah, so we'll come in here and change this name. And we'll just we'll just call it that. Oh no, we got to come up here and get. There we go. I can barely see the cursor. There's that table. And there's that table. They should look identical. Looks like they are. So now we're safe. So if I louse up this one with the rounding business, I can always go back to table 4 there. And you don't lose all your formatting. You know, all these column captions and all that business. This down here was a pain. You know, the Monday, Wednesday, it's not Monday, Wednesday, it's Wednesday, it's Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. You know, it's 3 times a week with the Powerball. Yep. So I got that part set. So we'll try to figure out the rounding. It's, you know, it's plus numbers, minus numbers. I don't know. We'll see. It's numbers, so it's not the end of the world. There we go. We'll just close that out. It'll instantly be saved. So you can find out what to do. Let's get rid of this stuff. So I'm going to pull down the middle. Oh, son of a gun. I don't understand why that's over there. Looks like I'm in a half a process over here. All right, let's try it again. There we go. How to round, O-U-N-D-D-O-W-N, in numbers. How to round down in numbers. And one of them has a Mac. This is not a Mac. Let's just touch that one, yeah. Rounding an amount up or down in numbers. I'm going to put it in AI mode. Can you see that? No. Now you can. So you see up at the top? It's got got video, images. We're going to do AI mode. So now it's going to read through everyone that's made contributions. And using the round down function, this is the standard function to round a number towards 0 to a specified number of decimal places. There we go. So you can see the formula, round down, and then you got in brackets the number, and so that's like a column, that's like a cell, and then the digits. So a 1, yeah, you got it with a comma in there. There we go. And so we would, I guess, use negative numbers. Yeah. So the last example in the middle of your screen there. Tens, hundreds. Use a negative number for the second argument to round down to the nearest 100. So it would be like -6 or something to get to the nearest 100, the nearest million. We're going to do that. Yeah, huh? Equals. All right, so we have a... I'm going to do a print screen. Oh, yeah. This way I don't have to look this up again. It'll be right there at my fingertips. Whoops. See, that's what louses me up. Is your finger slides around the screen and all of a sudden everything gets screwy. All right, let's get this back where it was. Right there. And bring this down. How to round down in numbers. Oh, might as well leave that up on the top. Check mark, save to photos. There it is, should be there forever. Now we go to photos. You wonder why I have so many photos. Because I keep doing this. There you go. Now this is actually an image. This is not a search result. This is actually a picture. Because I did a print screen. And on the iPad, fortunately, you've got a lot of pixels. So when I do a print screen, whoosh, this whole thing gets saved. And then I crop over to get rid of the stuff on the left and right side of this. Now, the view that you're looking at, see, when I crop it, there we go, that's about the limit. Yeah, I mean, I want the biggest possible size so you can see it. Yeah. So I place it in the middle. There you go. That is the answer. Now this is a picture file, probably. Yeah, it is. Now we can go down and see. This has AI mode. Put it in AI mode. And it searches through all the data that's out there using formulas. Yep. There's the syntax. That's what I was talking to. That's what I was talking about. Yeah. And then they give you an example. All right. We're done. Bingo. I've saved the picture, so I know where to go. Ho, ho, ho. There's Happy Jimmy. Merry Christmas. Yeah, we've been chatting here I should have been chatting here for an hour, but it's only 52 minutes, which you can see right up on that screen right there. See where I'm wiggling my finger? There you go. 52 minutes and 35 seconds. I had trouble with the internet. Yep. There's Marilyn's holiday picture with the Christmas ornaments in the background. And here's Jimmy with a couple of Christmas trees. It's snowing in the background. Pretend snow. And here's Jimmy with a big turtle behind me. Watch out. It's big enough to bite your head off. Yeah, there's the two of us. Nice looking little Christmas present someone's going to get. All right, this is interesting news. They're actually refurbishing the B-52 bomber. Yeah, the Stratofortress. Stratofortress. They want to keep the Stratofortress relative into the 2030s and 2040s. And the one thing they're going to do is they're going to replace the 8 TF-33s with Rolls-Royce F-130 engines, which will cut down on the amount of fuel that the thing burns and give an extra margin of reliability. So you got 8, you can see you got 2 pylons on each side, and each pylon has 2 engines on it. So now they're going to be Rolls-Royce F-130s. Mm-hmm. Is this editable picture? It is. So we're going to hit the edit thing there. I'm going to hit the pen, and I'm going to sneak in here, and if you don't mind, and I'm going to, what color we got on this? We're going to go yellow. And I'm just going to no. There you go. No, I don't like that either. Where's the go back button? Where it is. I don't like that circle either. All right, let's do this. There we go. Now we can save it. Once you save it, not much you can do with it. There we go. Let's brighten that up. That's good enough. So that's what they're doing. So they're not only changing out those 8 engines, which will run better, you know. Rolls-Royce makes a marvelous jet engine, which most people don't realize. General Electric makes these things. I mean, they are precision. I mean, those things spin at, like 20,000 RPM, throwing a huge amount of air out the back end of those. That's the idea. Throw a huge amount of air. That's how you get to, how you throw out enough air so you're burrowing a little bit. Oh, fuck. Yep. Down. Fortunately. Lid on it. Yep, and I just about had the full amount of it consumed. This is right near my elbow, boing. I've done it before. Yeah. All right, well, it's 11:09. I wanted to show you the. Wait a minute, I want to shoot pictures here. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, I don't know what's going on here, but. Turning Point USA has an Erica Kirk problem. Now, we don't know what that problem is exactly. But, she's not the same as Charlie Kirk. And they'll probably have to find, a male Charlie Kirk subordinate that'll fill into that role and, kick her up to chairman of the board and get off the mic, or smaller president. I mean, she filled up the place, but they're getting off message. I think the media is starting to make this comment. Not Jimmy. I'm just bringing it to your attention. I read the article. You can, if you save this image, remember you can highlight the words. There we go, and then hit look up. And let's see. This is the Huffington Post article, if I remember correctly. And here you go. And then you can read about the article. A week after Charlie Kirk. So. It's a matter of the Gen Zer women and the Gen Z men, and are the Gen Z men going to be happy with a woman who's talking to the Gen Z women, and she's telling them to give up your career and have babies. Everyone is saying, humbug on that. Yeah, I think so. I think that's going to be a problem. I think it is a problem. There we go. Let's save that photo. There we go. Any more photos in here? Just little extra reminders. So we'll come back to this topic, in another month or so and see what's going on. We can close that article out. But that's one of the advantages of saving these little articles, or saving these pictures, is you can highlight the words and see if there's any articles written about it. This is a picture, yeah. So let's do it here and see what happens. Let's look it up and see if it comes up with anything. Annuity lump sum, lump sum calculation. Let's see what they do. Yeah, use this calculator to help you determine. All right, we have to hide reader. Yeah, there we go. So now we're just looking at the internet. And we have all this credit card crap. All right, let's hit got it. I don't want to see that anymore. That's the problem when you get on some of these websites. They try to. All right, let's see what's going on here. Oh, here you go. This is like an annuity calculator. This is not what we want. We're going to just close that out. And we're going to just touch this again. Hit look up. Let's just search the web. We'll broaden the search out a little bit here. Let's hit AI mode, see if there's a better way of looking at all this. They're going to give you a whole course in taxation. Yeah. I keep forgetting that's a picture. It's not actually the... There we go. Now we're getting back in numbers. Let me go on some. I'm going to get in here and put Powerball. Lump sum and after-tax payout calculations. Here's the old. Do the old print screen trick again. So now this is a picture file. Save it. Now it's in the photos. Now let's go to my photo thing. And there it is right there. There we go, Powerball. So now I'm going to touch it. Oh, there we go. There we go. Look it up. See, I snuck Powerball in there. All right. Powerball.net. Let's do that one, yeah. There we go. So here it says 24 to 37%, depending on the amount. So they may hold out a big, when you're winning that kind of money, just, $519 million. Someone is going to get, some ones. There may be more than one, who knows, maybe 3 people win. So then you take the entire line and divide it by 3. You just divide every number by 3, except the 55% number. But all those million, billion, 5, and 825 million, everything on that yellow line right there, 627 divided by 3, if there are 3 of you. 519 divided by 3 of you. So if there was 2 of you, for example, that'd be, 256, that'd be 260 million. Each of you would get that. And if the IRS retained 37% of the entire 627 million divided by 2, for each of you, then, then you shouldn't have any tax liability. You probably get some money back. A little bit. Based on what your income was this year. Of course, you'd add your income to it. The little tiny bit of income that you had to 627 million. So, did you earn 100,000? So that'd be 627,100,000. You had your little piece of the total. Yep. That would be a fun thing to have to worry about. Yep. Anyway, so Turning Point USA, I think they're going to have to, he looks so fatherly there, doesn't he? Trying to console this poor woman who had her husband murdered in front of thousands of people. Some scumbag hiding on a roof. That's terrible. Just disgusting. It lost up her life big time. I mean, she can, all this stuff. You can say whatever you want to say. Her life just got loused up big time. It's like 90 days ago, whatever, but it ain't going to be a happy Christmas with Papa gone. Now, she'll put on a happy face for her kids, but I can guarantee you when she's standing by herself in the kitchen, she ain't going to be happy. Because she could have had a husband with her, and she doesn't. Let's see what happens. That's better. Put a little color correction on that image. She looks better. Yipper. That's as good as I get. She's a star. I'm twinkle, twinkle. There you go. There's a little star up there. Yeah, twinkle, twinkle. Yeah, I think I'll. Let's do a little. Come on. My fingers are so. There we go. We're gonna do a little. Oops. Freeform, baby. Let's do square. Let's see what happens with square. You gotta move it up a little bit. Yeah, I lose a star, but too bad. There we go. There's it. There we go. Let's feel a little right. We got a little snowman over there on that side. Let's save that baby. There we go. I have to go down. Here's my Tesla app. So you can see Tesla. Let's get rid of this in the background. There we go. I don't think I can. Yeah, this is as big as she gets. Full screen. There we go. So I am plugged in. I'm not letting it get past 90% charge. I have a software update that should be downloaded, today or tomorrow, and it's a big update. 25.44.25. There you go. All these things are added to it. In doggy mode, you can actually see what on the app what the doggy's doing. Have a little update to the dash cam viewer. It shows you speed and stuff. In case something happens, that dash cam viewer can show the insurance company that, it wasn't my fault, man. They just slammed me right in the back end. Supercharger site maps now you can see in 3D, and it'll show you which bays are actually open, and you can it'll park the car for you. I hate backing in. Here's a full self FSD supervised update, and it tells you everything that are in that update for the full self-driving piece of the software package that's embedded in the car's computer. Upgraded the neural network vision encoder, leveraging higher resolution features to further improve scenarios like handling emergency vehicles, obstacles on the road, in the road, and human gestures, like someone's got their arm extended with the index finger right at you. Stop, god darn it. Added arrival options for you to select where FSD should park. In a parking lot, on the street, in a driveway, in a garage, or curbside. So now you can specify that. Because right now the software is hunting around trying to figure out where to drop you. Added handling to pull over or yield for emergency vehicles, police cars, fire trucks, ambulances, whatever. Added navigation and routing into the vision-based neural network for real-time handling of blocked roads and detours. Okay? I think that makes sense. Added additional speed profile to further customize driving style preferences. Improved handling for static and dynamic gates, whatever that means. Improved offsetting for road debris. Improved handling of several scenarios, including unprotected turns, lane changes, vehicle cut-ins, and school buses. Improved FSD ability to manage system faults and recover smoothly from degraded operation for enhanced reliability. That's a lot of gobbledygook there, huh? Added alerting for residue buildup on the interior windshield. Okay, so that may impact camera visibility. The service people will clean it. This just gives you a warning. It says, hey, by the way, this area between the windshield and these cameras is sufficiently dirty that someone needs to get in there and push around the dust so we can see better. Arrival options in parking lots. Speed profiles. Yeah, now they've added sloth. If you didn't think chill was slow enough for you, they've added sloth. So now we got sloth, chill, standard, Mad Max, and hurry. Hurry and then Mad Max. So I guess, let's see. They've added two more speed profiles. One is sloth. So I guess they added sloth and Mad Max. So now you got five speed profiles. sloth, chill, standard, hurry, and Mad Max. Yeah. I've used standard often. Chill, when you're on the open highway, like I-75 or something, or the turnpike, it's better to put it in standard. Or else in chill mode, it keeps on staying over to the right lane all the time. And kind of slows you down. You get behind slow pokes. And then you gotta, you just have to hit the left-hand signal. And then your car will pass the slower vehicle in front of you. Yeah, it's really well done. It looks to make sure it's safe to pull out into the left lane. The signal comes on, the car pulls over. It makes sure, that you're not going to slam into somebody. It's got it's got 3 cameras on that task to make sure you're not going to push someone off the side of the road, or run into somebody, so the car does that automated. Comes out, speeds up past the slow poke in front of you, comes around and passes you. Or in standard mode, it might stay over here in this left-hand lane for a while, rather than just, going, moving back into the right lane. In chill mode, it'll go back to that lane. In standard mode, it may or may not. I haven't had that come up that often, so. Anyway, this software update is something I need to look at. I mean, it's long. It's a big one. Or at least it's big to describe in the English language. Let's see how long it takes with the digital world. In machine language. In the code that is being sent. I actually don't know what the name of the software is. It's a Tesla proprietary. Let's ask the question. Ingredients. Traditional Tesla. All right, let's see what that does. I'm going to hit this where it's going to go search on the internet. There is no traditional food or drink called. That didn't work out. I'm not asking the right question. is the file format. Let's call for a typical. Let's try that one. Let's hit AI mode here. So it's going to look through all the articles. All right, that answered my question. Okay. You can see I'm saving this, you know. If it was worth looking up, it's worth saving. Yeah, we'll add this little piece to it also. And we'll read it again later. And don't have to look it up again. And of course, I could highlight any of those words and look up even further details. But these over-the-air downloads that Tesla performs periodically, like every couple of weeks, you know, maybe this one just came like 10 days later, actually. So, you know, they keep on top of this. They've got a building full of people that do nothing to make sure that these files are compatible and, you know, that there's no so there's no safety concerns, and that the file has come into your vehicle error-free. They have check digits and data sums and thing to make sure each little packet that comes in is the way it came from Fremont, California. Yeah, all this stuff I think comes out of Fremont. Yeah. Now the software teams, they could be anywhere, you know. There you go, there's a live in the present. Yeah, okay. No, I don't want to do that. I want to save this sucker for future consumption. Beep, beep. He's ready to go beep you all right. Save the photos, yeah. Live in the present. Inside the present. Oh. What do we have here? Looks like raisin bread of some kind. Boy. Yeah. Boca Raton, December 18th. A couple days ago at 9 a.m. Someone had that little bread thing in that little paper which got opened up. Where? Let's see. We can see where that is. Oh, right in my place. Looks like my cutting board. Come to think about it. All right, well. that's 5 years ago. Yeah, this is 2020. See, 2020, December 18th. So this day at 9 a.m. on 2020, on that meat board, someone cut open some nifty little muffin thingy that was encased in a paper bag or some kind of a brown. It looks like, yep. Interesting, huh? That's very interesting. There's a picture that just popped up out of nowhere. Yep. Saved images, favorites, you name it. Yeah. So the guy that created all this havoc and shooting up a couple of students, 3 at Brown, and then going after this guy that's the same nationality. Why the hell would he kill him? I mean, what's the matter with this guy? Why would he kill anybody, quite frankly? But he was apparently a nuclear scientist. A former Brown student. This guy's 48 years old. Yeah. Identified as the killer in the deadly shooting in the Brown. Where'd you go to college? Oh, I went to Brown. Oh. I know a couple of people from Brown. They got their nose so high in the air it'd make you sick. Claudio Valente, 48, was found dead in a New Hampshire storage facility. And he'd been dead for a couple of days. So, right after he killed these people, he went up there and they shot himself. Yeah, there you go. There he is. He's freaking sickos. Well, all these people want the, what do you call it, Epstein files, and what do you got? You got Bubba floating around in a hot bath with some 20-year-olds. Yeah. And Bill's got some explaining to do. That's the problem, you know. I mean, the Democrats are screaming, "Give me the Epstein files! Give me the Epstein files!" And what are they getting? They're getting a bunch of Democrats floating around in the water with. Oh God! Watch out what you wish for. I don't think you're going to find Trump in a pool with any 20-year-olds. No, I don't think so. He's just. He may be a real tough cookie, but he's not one for floating around in hot tubs with not necessarily underage, just out of your when you're 70, you shouldn't be floating around in a pool that's 20. Unless they're across the way. But, you're not going to be doing any huggy bear or kissy face with 20-year-olds unless you're a pretty kinky person. All right, I was looking for these kitty spout. Marilyn put me on a kitty spout adventure, and we can look it up. There you go, look at that kitty spout. Right here, it was on Facebook. Let's just we can go to the site. Right to the site. 65% off. Shop now. All right, let's go. Actually, that was a good picture. Can I go back? Yeah, let's go back. I just want to show you this. You see the kitty? They can drink right out of that spout. They like to drink running water. So this thing has got filters, several different kinds of filters, and to make it so the water tastes has a proper taste. A lot of good reviews. Marilyn told me about this, so I figured, all right. It's got a huge guarantees, so I'm sure that'll be fun to undo if these things are clunkers. They got little motors in them, so you get pay $20 more, and you get lifetime motor replacement guarantee. Oh boy, that's what I want, is worry about the motors. Wireless hydration and health bundle. We don't want no bundles. Kitty spout, wireless kitty spout bundle. Wireless filters, supplies. Bundles, bundle on a bundle. They got a 1 liter and a 2 liter version of this thing. Let's see if I can. So that's the device right there. Yep. The kitty's sitting there waiting to stick his nose in there. One's drinking out of there, one's drinking out of the spout. That's good. Yeah. And it is said, these people say, that that 96% of the cat population will end up drinking more water because this thing exists than if it didn't. So the water goes in there, and it goes through a filter process, so the water attempts to stay clean and proper tasting. So it's like a little splash pan, and goes into that little drainage thingy, and it just keeps on getting recycled. It's battery operated, so, or, yeah, you plug it in. I don't know how long, let's hit the About page. How we became the #1 vet recommended cat fountain. There you go. That's interesting looking. The way that spout comes around. Looks like a coat hanger. There we go. I got one of those. Yeah. And I got one of these 2-liter jobs, which is slightly bigger. You can see the water level in that little hole there. Yeah. So this lasts so the water, you have a longer amount of time before it runs out. So this one's going to be in the living room and the other one's going to be in the bedroom. So you take the thing out and you pour it full of water. I'm sure, that's going to get all slimy, so they say you can throw it in the dishwasher. That would be absolutely the time that you throw something in the dishwasher, would be this device. And then put new filters in them and you get ready for the next, 2-month kit. Oh, I guess with all the supplies. Yeah. Then after 2 months, you got to go buy stuff from them. Of course. There you go. 304 stainless steel, PABA free, dishwasher safe, easy to clean. Yeah, I'll bet. 74-ounce capacity. Number for 7 or 8 days. That's why I got slightly a bigger one, yeah. Water level indicator, yeah. Ultra quiet. Pump is super silent. Running at 20 dB. Leaving it on at night won't affect your sleep. Faucet shaped. Matches the cat's drinking habits. The water flow helps attract cats to drink. Yeah, that's the theory. Well, that's what... if they want to drink water, they're going to have to drink it out of this concocted thing. Yeah, so... See, there you go. 96% of cats drink more water using the kitty spout than not. Yep. There you go. There's the smaller version. Smaller version. So they have a thing where you have a timer. So every 12 minutes the fountain pumps for some period of time. Running water automatic when cat approaches. Now that, I like that idea. I didn't even know it had that idea. So yeah, we'll turn it on sensor mode. So when a cat gets close to that thing, this thing starts to splishy splash. Yeah. Good plan. All right, aren't you glad we looked that up? All the cat lovers out there, they're wondering, what the hell's Jimmy doing now? Well, Marilyn asked me, where the hell's your kitty fountain? Well, I found out that somewhere in here. Up here. Oh, no, not that way. We're looking for another kitty thing. That's a menu. Wine bottles, barrel bottle. Another one of those things I saved. Seasons 52. I'm looking. That's not it. Yeah, I missed it. I ordered it like 10 days ago. It was like the 10th or 8th or something. This is like December 2nd. Let's see. What's some of these pages? That's Daniel's vet thing. He's got a dog with a bad leg. Anyway, I found it. The device is in customs somewhere in China, on its way. So there's a big shipment that the Chinese customs services are dealing with. Now I'm drinking the last of my tea with this Manuka honey. Hopefully my system will get used to that and it won't taste so terrible. Right now we're into the terrible tasting mode. We're done here this morning. It's only a morning for about 30 seconds. And it's going to be noon. Anyway, you guys have a good weekend. I may be speaking to you tomorrow. I may not. We'll see what happens. But in the meantime, you all have a great lunchtime. Noon is coming up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, 1. Bye-bye.